guess who's back? Yes, Omega Luke here, returning viewers because the FMSCOUT channel is fast approaching 100,000 subscribers, maybe even surpassing that incredible milestone by the time this video drops. And I have been asked to do a lovely little guest video on the channel for this momentous occasion, which I'm very pleased to bring you today. So in this video, I'm going to be diving into the world of youth development and the hidden attributes that can make or break a player. Quite an interesting topic, I think. So I hope you learned something new today, and if you did, or you find this video somewhat interesting, be sure to leave it a like, and of course, leave a comment down below. And to trial this little experiment, before I explain a little bit more into the details, I have basically created two almost identical players that we are going to be looking at today with some very subtle differences. I say almost because the two players that we have on our hands here have very much identical attributes on the forefront. It is just in behind those hidden attributes that you cannot see when you play the game that are different, which can actually make a massive difference in how the player develops in the future. We have here high hidden attributes and low hidden attributes, and I'll leave you to guess which one has which behind the scenes. But viewers, what I have basically done is both of these players I have set up with a current ability in the pre-game editor of 100 out of 200 and a potential ability of a maximum of 200 out of 200. So both of these are identical in that terms. It is just a very few subtle changes in some of the hidden personal attributes that every single person in the database, whether they are a player, a referee, you can't really see that, managers, coaches, everything, every single one of these people has a hidden attribute which you cannot see in the game, but in the editor you can. Let's talk about them. Now, these hidden attributes actually create the person's personality. So whenever you see someone talk about a player or a coach's personality, these hidden attributes build that player's personality to what you actually see in the long run. In the past, we have always thought that as long as a player has great determination, they should always reach their full potential. And with that being kind of true, in some ways, it only really makes a small chunk of it, and this is the reason why I'm going to bring you this video today. As you've seen, both players had 10 determination. Not high, not low, slap bang in the middle at 10. So the two really important hidden attributes that we are going to be talking about today when it comes to player development is number one, ambition. Now, ambition is very important. It basically determines how much a player wants to achieve success in their career. And the second of these hidden attributes is professionalism. Another highly important attribute when it comes to youth development. This identifies how a player will work during training, how much they will push themselves to the limit to better themselves in their training sessions. So with high ambition and professionalism, along with game time and good facilities, a player will thrive and reach their full potential. However, with low ambition and low professionalism, they will struggle, viewers. They will really struggle. So here we have our two candidates in front of us again. Lower hidden attributes, of course, I have set to the lowest it can possibly be for ambition and professionalism at 1 out of 20. And on the other side of the scale, we have high hidden attributes. This player has 20 ambition, 20 professionalism. So we are really going from one side of the scale to the other to see exactly what difference it really makes in the grand scheme of things. So as you can see, both players, we're going to be forcing them to play Leicester in the Premier League on either side of the wings, which will mean they will end up roughly getting the same amount of game time. Of course, you can never be too accurate with injuries, suspensions, etc. But we're doing the best we can here, viewers. They're also playing in a high reputation league against the better players in the world with great facilities. Now, all of those three factors also determine how much a player will develop and whether they can reach their full potential. If you're playing with better players, if you're playing at a club with high facilities, and of course, if you are getting game time, then you should, in theory, reach your full potential. But with these hidden attributes, we're going to see the difference that it really makes. How much difference does ambition and professionalism really make to a player's development? Let's find out. So we set a simulation. We're going to fast forward and check in the next few years, each year, and just see what results we really get. So we're at the end of the first season here, viewers. Lower hidden attributes looks like this. Of course, everything was 10 before. We've had a couple of attributes go up by 1. We've also had a couple go down by 1. So balanced personality is what he originally has. I've never really thought that was a good personality, and through my research, it kind of isn't, because if he has low ambition and low professionalism, but his personality is still balanced, that's all that really needs to tell you. So, if he is this good after one season of a lot of football, playing as many games as possible, playing in the Premier League, and playing at good training facilities, how good is high hidden attributes? Well, much improved, we can see. So all I basically did, by the way, is set every single attribute to 10, but set their potential at 200. So I had no understanding of where their attributes are going to come, whether it suits being a winger or not. That's basically all I've done. But we can see here, across a load of his attributes, we've increased by 1s, we've increased by 2s, a lot more than the lower hidden attributes. So far, already, there's a bit of a gap progressing in just one season, and that is only going to get bigger, viewers. Let's take a look at year number 2. So, at the end of the second season, 1st of June 2022, after 2 full seasons in the Premier League, still not really much improved whatsoever. Again, a couple of 11s, but we are seeing more 9s and even an 8 or 2 in the low hidden attributes. So he's actually dropping attributes, viewers, in quite important places, even for his position in crossing, finishing, marking, tackling, and some in his physical and mental attributes as well. So he's kind of dropping off and not really going anywhere. Whereas high hidden attributes, there's a big change. High hidden attributes is starting to look very well rounded, and we're seeing a lot of 13s and even some 14s creeping in the physicals and mental attributes. That would suggest that this guy is starting to thrive in his career. At the age of 17, 2 full seasons underneath his belt, playing in the Premier League, playing at good facilities with decent players around him, he's starting to reach his potential, or at least claw his way to the top of his potential. That's great. But honestly, it just keeps getting better and better. We'll have a look at like stats and stuff after, how they actually do in-game, although it's not too important. But let's go for the third and final year, because that's all it's going to take to persuade you how important these hidden attributes are. And we're going to look at the full progression of these players. And so the third and final year, 2023, the 1st of June, we can see hardly anything has really changed for low hidden attributes. He has 13 long shots and 12 long throws, 12 anticipation, 12 vision, but we're even seeing some 6s pop up around here. And I can actually tell you, using the FMSE scouting app, which you can find on the FMSCOUT website, which basically tells me where this player is in his current ability, he is actually, viewers, only at a current ability of a grand total of 101. He has gone up by 1 current ability, even though he has the potential to go all the way up to 200. He has gone up by 1 in 3 full seasons, playing every single game he possibly is available for in the Premier League at Leicester. However, viewers, look how amazing high hidden attributes looks after just 3 years. He is also classed now as a wonder kid. And this 18-year-old has a grand total of a current ability of 183. So he is almost at his full potential already. And 183, viewers, is one of the best players in the world. Okay, we are looking at like a Jadon Sancho level player in his prime. 183, that is. And of course, he still has 17 current ability to go, so he will be even better than this once he reaches his full potential. And I probably would hazard a guess that maybe one more season we would see how great a 200 fully potential, full capacity, high hidden attributes player would really be. So I think it's quite easy to see that high ambition and high professionalism is rather important in the game. Let's see whether it's really had a big deal in his stats. Obviously playing for Leicester, we don't really want to look at how Leicester really did in the Premier League, but it wasn't great. They had one good season where they finished 5th, and the other 2, they finished bottom half of the league. But 6 goals, 8 assists, 8 goals, 8 assists. Some decent average ratings. Okay, it's nothing fascinating, but it's not too bad. Low hidden attributes though, a bit worse. Kind of just halved, really. 4 goals, 3 goals, 2 goals, just 2 assists for each of the seasons coming from that right-hand side there. And if we do take a look at a comparison, let's compare the 2 players. It's quite easy to see which one's the better player, viewers. Very easy to see just that. And if we do look at attributes here, every single one, other than determination, funny enough, is more favoured in high hidden attributes, and how fitting that it's actually determination. Now, although they are hidden attributes, there are some telltales that these hidden attributes exist in your player, whether they are good or bad. For instance, if you go to reports on a player and coach report, always take a look at this because the pros and cons kind of give it away sometimes. So the pros on this one, for instance, is professional individual. Not only would you see that on the personality though, which sometimes has ambitious player, sometimes it has professional. It really determines on every other attribute, and I can't quite work it out myself. I did try and create a model citizen, it just didn't seem to work for some reason. But there we go. Individual personality as professional individual suggests that this player is good and high in professional attributes in behind the scenes. As well as, of course, the personality. Look out for the personalities on your players. Sometimes there are very negative ones. Sometimes you have moral citizen and professional, which is obviously the best that you can get. Fairly determined. All of those ones are really good. I think there's even like an iron-willed one, which is a very good one as well, because that suggests that they are really ambitious. However, viewers, look out for some of the bad ones, and including balance. We've seen here a balanced personality is not necessarily a good thing. Although being a very neutral personality, it can be very detrimental to your player's development. So there we have it then, viewers. Quite a difference. I think you would agree. Like I mentioned before, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you found it somewhat interesting. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you once again to FMSCOUT for asking me to come back for this very special occasion to bring you this video. I have always been very proud of the work I did here and being part of the huge growth that FMSCOUT kind of claimed throughout FM20. So it brings me great pleasure coming back and doing this video for you guys. And so, a massive congratulations to FMSCOUT for the inevitable 100,000 subscribers. Hitting that is incredible. Make sure you're subscribed yourself to make sure they get over the line. And if you want to see more from me, there will be a link down below to my channel. We have lots of player spotlights. We talk about all the helpful videos like this one, similar to this one today. So feel free to pop on by, say hello, subscribe, and maybe you can even help me reach my next milestone of 10,000 subscribers. That's the goal that I'm aiming for myself. So if you can help me do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. Take care, God bless, and maybe, just maybe, I'll see you once again in the future. Bye bye.